Today I want to talk to you about a pipeline called synchronization. Have you ever used a product that just worked really well together? All of the different components seemed to just work and they made sense and they all connected with each other. In contrast, have you ever used a product where it felt like one team just got way ahead of everyone else and everything else was left hanging? Today, I want to talk to you about a pipeline called synchronization, because synchronization is one of the ways that you can avoid the not working together part and deliver a product that works well with everything else in your ecosystem of your business. Synchronization refers to the ability to take the multiple diverse parts of your business that maybe have their own people working on them and bring them together so that their cadence that they release things together all matches up. It's actually a pretty challenging thing to do in business, and it's not for the faint-hearted, but the results are incredible. Now, truth be told, we learned this lesson the hard way when it came to TradeOxy. We built a platform that was really far ahead in one area, but we didn't connect things like storytelling and content creation together. And the outcome was basically our product wasn't achieving its purpose. There's three ways I think that synchronization creates value for your business. The first way is that when you synchronize your product effectively, it builds trust with your consumers. When people can see that multiple diverse things that they know would have taken a lot of work together, it tells them that you care about the end product. You care about what's getting delivered to them. I'm not just talking about individual teams caring about their product, although that needs to be clear, and we cover that a little bit in an episode that I called the pipeline called Excellence. But they also need to know that you care about the overall experience that they're going to experience. Maybe you build a physical product and you need to make sure that your packaging is up to scratch. We recently looked into an Etsy business, and that was really important for us to make sure that the whole experience about unpackaging the product was delightful for the consumer. We also needed to make sure that the packaging was eco-friendly so that we weren't contributing to some of the challenges that our world faces in terms of rubbish and garbage. So people feel like you care about their experience when they can see that something's being synchronized. It builds trust. The second thing is that synchronization brings authenticity. Like I said before, synchronization is really hard. It's not for the faint-hearted. The payoff is absolutely worth it, and it will help you achieve the purpose of your business. But holy moly, it takes a lot of work. Different people who have different areas of expertise working together in a way that relies on each other, it takes a lot of work, and that requires authenticity. Synchronization requires authenticity with your consumers. For instance, in this video series that we're creating, we're doing this in the middle of our story. We haven't achieved the outcomes that we've set out to achieve this quarter or this year, but we wanted to create this video now so that we could reflect back on it in a year's time and show our journey. There's authenticity with our consumers, showing them that we care about the end product. We want to synchronize our activities together, but that change starts with us. Synchronization creates authenticity for your brand. It tells people that you are working hard to make this work for them. And if you get it wrong, they'll probably be more forgiving because they can see that it's a genuine error. You're not just trying to rip them off. And the third way that synchronization creates value for your business is that it creates delight. I know for me that there's nothing more delightful than using a product where everything just makes sense. In fact, in many cases, I might prefer for a feature to not exist if they can't figure out how to make it work with the rest of the ecosystem of the product I'm using. Otherwise, it's just frustrating and annoying. It's like having a camera feature that takes amazing cameras and then not having a way to edit the image afterwards to add in the things that you want. You could care less about the added image because there's no way for it to synchronize into the rest of your life. The point being that synchronization creates delight for your customers. The synchronization creates trust, it creates authenticity, and it creates delight. So how do we go about it? Like I said before, TradeOxy, we realized that we had a bit of a challenge. We're so far ahead technically that we hadn't really taken time to synchronize the rest of our business. So we figured out a couple of things that we did differently to get there. The first thing that we had to do was to sit down and figure out what needs to be synchronized in our business. I really clearly remember my business partner, Mitzi, coming to me one day and saying to me, I love what we've done technically, but I just don't get how we're telling this story. I don't get how this works together. The question that Mitzi had, and I think it's just one of the most powerful questions I've been asked in business, was how do we tell the story? How do we show people that this matters? Why is this important? What had happened was we had gone way ahead out here with our technical stuff, but we hadn't figured out how to integrate it with our marketing, and we hadn't figured out how to tell a story around the product about what we're doing. We were able to establish 3 broad areas of synchronization that we wanted to achieve. The second thing that we did then was we figured out that we wanted a regular cadence of when things were going to be done. For us, we figured out, for instance, and this will be released in a few weeks' time, we figured out that we wanted a regular cadence around how we were going to report our metrics. So we have what's called Metrics Friday. Every Friday we sit down and we go through all the metrics that relate to our business and we talk about them together. All of our social media channels, every Friday you'll start to see us release those metrics publicly to show the progress that we're making. That was really important because it allowed us to have a common theme throughout the business. Everybody knows that every Friday they need to be reporting on the metrics. And you know what? Just to show you how that relates to the rest of the series, all of those metrics feed up to our pipeline called Purpose. They help to drive the pipeline we called Excellence, and they all make sense in our pipeline called Strategy. All in all, it allows us to be really, really clear about what we're doing. The third thing we did then was, for us, we developed a 6-week cycle that allowed us to consistently deliver on that cadence. So every 6 weeks we go through a cycle, every single person in the whole company, which allows you to develop what you need to do, to go ahead and execute it, and then spend time measuring it and coming up with hypotheses about why something did or did not achieve the metrics that you set. We're in the middle of this journey, but we've already seen this bring incredible clarity to our business, and we can't wait to hear how that might help you.